world of YouTube, true crime tales, and everything else. Today we're stepping inside to talk about a little individual. As you can see, I put up last night of a reports of a woman terrorizing 4 stores of robbery. But she's suspected. Because in these articles, it does say that they obtained her. She will not talk to nobody until she speaks to a lawyer, and that she has an alibi. But, you know what? This has nothing to do with what I have to say about this person, individual. And I'm hoping to hear back from the guy who wrote this article. Of course, I did not put her full face in the screenshot. It's like I say, everybody is innocent until proven guilty. And that's how it should be. But I will not hold back, and I will not shut up about what had happened last year. Mind you, July coming up, or being July 1st tomorrow, will mark 1 year that my son that I talked about in the video kind of, went missing. We knew where he was. We knew what he was doing, but the suspiciousness came in later on when he started writing things on his phone that made no sense. For one. 2, he would never write, because if I was to go over, and that sucks, oh boy, my other phone died and I think I lost all the messages. Not good. I forgot to screenshot them. Or did I? Shoot. Anyways. Oh boy. I don't know if there's a way I can swap over messages from my old phone, but if there ain't, I'm kind of screwed. And I wasn't even thinking about that, but whatever. Because, everything I would have needed, I didn't need, because I did what I did, and I went above the law. Pretty much you can say I went above the law. Because I can tell you something right now, the police department in my town wouldn't do a damn thing. Because they were saying my son's of age, and he says he's fine, and he says he's not going nowhere. But the day of the matter of when I went there and did get a hold of him to talk to him to come out, he wanted to come home. But when he went back into the house, mind you, this individual here, yeah, that's right, this one right there with her beady, little, demented, disgusting eyes. Yeah, that's right. Came out of the house and pushed my son back in the house and said he's not going nowhere. And mind you, not only that, before she came out of the house and he went back in to get his stuff, there was a bunch of yelling going on. I couldn't really hear, but I could hear this woman yelling. The only thing I could basically hear was, "You go tell them." Meaning, when he came out, you go tell them I'm not leaving. And that's exactly what he did. So, with this being said, and this woman, yeah, that's right. So what, like I said, I didn't mention much about the story because I wasn't getting no support from the police. And if I didn't get my son back, of course I would have been going through some extreme stuff, especially going to the court, trying to fight for his rights. But the most important thing out of this story is this woman right here got a hold of my son's disability money. And when I did bring the cop over there, because this is what I did to get my son out of there, I might have said it before, but I'm saying it again. He had a therapist appointment. He already missed that therapist appointment. Then he had a psychiatrist appointment coming up. So, out of all lost cause, the police doing 2 wellness checks, yelling at me, even when I went to the police station, you know, and the guy yelled at me there, and before he came out, you want to talk about rude as hell, as he swore up a storm of what the F is he effing want? What does he effing want? I already told him this. He said, son, I'm not coming effing home. And then he came out and repeated himself. But when I went in there, I was going in there to tell him his diagnosis. And what does he say? I'm that. She's that. Pointing at my wife. Everybody in the back of in the police station's that. I don't really detail what my kid's diagnosis is, but the President of the United States is that. Oh, really? So as this guys, everybody is that of my son's diagnosis. But what makes my son different of the diagnosis is the word that comes after it. Disabled. Disability. Mentalism is what I call it. And he overlooked that. And I was at, right, a point in my life to sit there and say, wow, what's next? Mind you, this woman here, when I did get my son back, because, and the only way I got my son back was because the therapist appointment. So this was my last resort, my last chance. Other than that, I would have been fighting with the court, fighting with this. Who knows if I would have made it to the Supreme Court. But I text my son, you got a therapist appointment tomorrow. I will be there 10 minutes of 2. And I was going to give him the phone. I was going to do the appointment right over there. I get right over there. And this is where this woman comes out. Right here. See it? I might have mentioned it, but I'm going to mention it again. Because there's woman suspected in 4 armed robberies. Mind you, could have been maybe a gun pointing out of her sleeve of a hoodie. But in the article I have here, bear with me. As I was saying, all in all, this person, I forgot what I was saying. Oh boy. So, yeah, that's what I was saying. That she had come out. And I had my phone running, and I still have the video, of course. But when I got there to ask, where's my son, his appointment, 2 o'clock. At first she says, I don't know where he is, he left. I said, well, I texted him last night, 2 o'clock. Be here 10 of. And then she screams out, oh! You know, he went to his appointment. I said, okay. I said, well, guess what? You can call the cops because I'm not leaving here until I know he's at his appointment. And, you know, it was getting heated right at that moment. And as soon as that, no, I'm going to call the cops. She turns around to walk in the house. Oh, my God, I'm going to effing kill this guy. And you can hear her clear as day on video. Oh, you're going to kill me? I said, do it. I don't care. Kill me. That was the only way they were going to get me out of that area. Or me harassing them. But when the cops did come, and they started whiffing out their BS, and it all changed when I told the cop that I texted the night before. So, you know, you could just imagine, one can just imagine. You know, they lied about me saying I haven't texted in a month. They lied and said my son was sleeping on a park bench at the skate park. We kicked him out. We're keeping his money. So in desperate times of desperate measures, I don't know where they were standing last year, but obviously this year had gotten a little worse. Oh, did my son's money not getting put in your household and taken away, did that really screw you up? I don't know if they do this on a regular basis. Hunting down children or kids or, you know, ones that are vulnerable like mine. It's sick. And then this comes up. Oh boy. I mean, you can look this up and read it. But I've already given out most of the details in it. And like I say, this woman's claiming that she has an alibi. And she's not talking until she gets a lawyer. So that also means that she is still walking the street. And I wouldn't be surprised if this woman, pardon me, uses one of the clerks of a store saying that it was a man and goes with that defense. See, it was a man. But someone got a partial plate number, and the partial plate number went to the van of the house of where this woman lives. And the dents or whatnot that was seen and all what was wrong with the van was identified by the witness that gave the description. So that only leads me to believe that, oh, if that wasn't her, if she has an alibi, then she must have let someone borrow the van. Now, who's the dumbass that let someone borrow the van? Not knowing that they could be, oh, geez, I'm going to go do some robberies. That's pretty lame and stupid, if you ask me. And yet, someone in that same building, which I believe it is a two-family, claims that BB guns had been stolen. So, if it was just a mere BB gun sticking out of the shirt, all right. But still, they don't give nobody the rights to go doing robbery 4 times. And mind you, one of these places of robbery, and they were all done in Leominster. Wasn't too far from where I live. So if this woman would have maybe had the gall enough to try and come walking through my door, or she would have got a knife in her friggin' throat. But, you know, I have no worries. I fear people like this don't fear. Nope. You wanna shoot me, do it. You wanna go around doing robberies, do it. Right? Come messing around with my kids. You're messing with what people have labeled me as. People, not me. I didn't make it up. I don't go around saying I am. I go around saying what people say I am. And whatever. They call me the devil. Hell, I was even in jail and was called that. What are you fucking saying? Jesus Christ! You're saying? No. I'm just a person that does not like to be messed with. But I get numerous people saying that and whatever. You want to call me that? Call me it. But people like this, we'll see it. Of course, this woman's crying to the cops, telling about restraining orders and everything else. Keep me away, but it didn't happen. I mean, my idea worked. My last resort. Therapist. And what had happened with that is this woman's mother brought my kid, come all out, to the therapist. When at the time, you want to talk about stupid people, and this one's very stupid. Because back then, and even now, we're still doing video conference. That's right. They didn't know about it. So they went to the office. And when I told my wife told my son what they said to the cops. Of course, my son said he never said that. Living out on a bench. We kicked him out. And I'm for damn sure that's what they said, the disability to get that check. And they did too, with no paperwork. No address change, no nothing. And I'll tell you something, boy. With this and disability, gonna say these people are not like that. Said it to my wife. Said it to me. They're not like that. They're not like that. All these people. Oh. Okay. Can someone please tell me why they see this article? Very interesting. I see. My man Watson. Yeah. Detective work solved, eh? I don't usually use the phrase karma. Karma isn't a bitch on this one. Karma's a cunt. Straight up, just like this one. And I only use that word to people I extremely hate. And I will never, of course, like these people. But I'll tell you, boy, what did go wrong in this situation? And only one can imagine what would have happened to my son if he would have stayed there or been kept there. Only one could imagine. And I always think the worst. But due to my street smarts, and I mean, I can't be surprised about it, but I never been in a situation like this. And this is the only thing I can say that brings out the worst in me. And like I say, I don't like to brag about it. I don't like to talk about it, but I do have to mention it. Because if I am labeled as that, and if I am labeled what people see me as, well, I just want you all to clearly know this is why. And not just this story, folks, not just this story. I've been through all kinds of stories. Just almost identical to this. And only one can imagine what lies within this head of visions. And all the darkness I've seen throughout my life. Yeah, I'm one to be surprised, kind of. But I didn't turn out that way. No, I used mine to go the good way instead of the bad way of everything I've learned, seen, experienced, even to this day. Oh, man! Only you can just imagine what rolls inside my head. And like I say, I only bring out the worst of me when the worst comes to me. And like I said, this woman threatened to kill me. And I would have been like the mighty Uncle Ted. Just like the guy came up to him in his show with a gun, told him to stop playing or he's gonna kill him. And Ted took his guitar and stuck it up in the air and kept playing, baby. Because that's what Uncle Ted was born to do. And I figure that's what I'm here to do. I will call it a new evil. Because it's not evil with the devil. It's evil with me. And I would like to banish. I would like to destroy. And I would like to be like the mighty, bring to life the mighty Eddie from Iron Maiden. When Eddie is fighting the devil in a picture. And then has the devil head in his hands. That's what I'd like to do. That's right. Destroy the old, bring in the new. Call me crazy. But you know what? It's people like this that has made me crazy. But like I say, I am great. Feel great today. Yeah, this article came up yesterday. It happened on throughout the early morning of Sunday. You know, the meltdown happened. That's good. Not a lot of people can. Don't get me wrong, I feel for a lot of people in this pandemic that has not been able to survive. People have taken their lives. I want each and every one of you, family members that are still here with us, to give my greatest condolence. That is to each and every one of you, that if you have had thoughts, don't do it. Of suicide or anything senseless, don't do it. I've been just as much as well through as everybody else. And this right here is my proof that I had to sit there and, think about, do I want to give up? Because this world is nothing but bringing me to the edge of it all. But if you get through it, if you get through the insanity, And that's what the Native American law requires. You had to go out back in the olden days for 7 days. No drink, no water, but times have changed. It don't need to be that route. It needs to be the sanity of the world that drives you nuts. And when you can get through that and surpass it and things like this happen, that means you become a full-blooded warrior. You survived that pandemic. Pandemic. You're the warrior. But people like this, when they lose their minds, I don't have 1 inch of care in my body. And this is why people call me, because when it comes like this, and people like this, and I've encountered them, I don't care. This woman was to drop dead or was dying in front of my feet. That's right. I'd pick my feet up and walk over that person and say, have a nice afterlife. Can't imagine anybody of what they've gone through the past year. Tough. But this is my proof that I have endured in life. That's right. My proof right here. And I'd like to get this person a little... You know probably what I'm going to say if it ever is seen by these people. Have a nice afterlife. May all your problems keep going down the river. Flow. We all float. I know your secrets. Your dirty little secrets. Oh, wait a minute. I know your secrets, but everybody else is going to know your secrets. We all float. I wish I could make a nice, good it to people like this and make them float. We all float. Till the next video, people. Be safe, take care. Always beware. Oh, next video coming up on the Tennessee girl. Summer. Going over the mother's interview. And boy, doesn't these people remind me of somebody? Sick world we live in, folks. Sick. Technical difficulty.